Hello and welcome to Viva Physics. This is a website that has been created for students with the intention of presenting physics in a more friendlier way to the students. The content makes liberal use of animations and interaction with the hope that this improves student learning, retention, and participation. Now, this has been done for the second part of physics, that is, electrostatics, electricity, magnetism, optics, and modern physics. The first part, which includes kinematics, dynamics, fluid mechanics, heat, and waves, has not been covered and is under development. So let's navigate through this website and see what it offers. We go to the lessons and we see part 2 since part 1 hasn't been done as yet. This takes you to a screen where you see some topics listed on your left and lessons related to that topic on your right. By default, it shows you the lessons related to Coulomb's law. All the topics listed on the left side, that is Coulomb's law, electric fields, Gauss's law, electric potential, and capacitors, they all fall under the broad category of electrostatics. If you want to check out what's under the other categories, you can click on the categories menu on the top right-hand side, and it will list out the different categories ranging from electrostatics to modern physics. Let's take, for example, electromagnetic induction. You can see that the chapter listing on the left side has changed. Now let's choose the chapter electromagnetic induction, and we see all the lessons listed under this chapter. Let's select lesson number 5. We click on that lesson and the lesson opens up, and this topic is the magnetic flux. The lesson begins to play with some audio narration. Now this lesson is divided into a series of steps, with each step on an average running for about 40 seconds. After this step is done, you can click on the next step button at the bottom, which will take you to the next step. The lessons on an average contain 4 to 5 steps. If you click on next again, it will take you to the third step, and you can see some animation here. Now, if you haven't understood a step, you could always repeat a step, or you could go back to the previous step. When you reach the last step, then in the navigator, the next step button would automatically disappear, so you would know that you are on the final step in the current lesson. This lesson consisted of 4 steps. After you are done with the lesson, you could click on the practice button to open up an interactive session. At the bottom, it gives you a parameter which in this case is the angle between the area vector A and the magnetic field B. As you increase the angle, you can see that the magnetic flux, shown by the blue arrows, keeps reducing. So for the student, this is an interactive way of understanding a concept, and this develops a better interest in the subject since they can see the effect of changing parameters in real time. Now, not all lessons have a practice session, but a substantial number of them do. Having completed this lesson, if you want to move over to the next lesson, you need not go back to the previous screen and choose the next lesson. You can use these two orange colored buttons on the top right hand side to help navigate between lessons in the current chapter. So let's click on the next lesson button. So now we move over to the next lesson, and you can see that the contents of this lesson have changed, and we have now moved to Faraday's Law, Part 1. Now you can use the navigator again at the bottom to step through this lesson. I will quickly step through this lesson. The software can really be used in two ways. The first is for the teacher or educator by turning off the volume and taking advantage of the already drawn figures and animations. The second is for the students who can use it to learn at their own pace at home, or use it as pre-lecture material and in a way try out the flipped classroom model, so that the lecture time in class can be more meaningful and engaging. And for whatever gaps are noticed in the understanding of concepts, new lessons can be inserted or existing lessons can be modified with additional steps. So this is really a continuous improvement exercise. For the moment, the audio has been done in Indian English. But if you need to convert this to another language or to a different accent, then all that has to be done is that the audio files have to be created in that language. Then the software will offer you a choice of language. But importantly, for language conversion, no changes are required in the animation or the software, since each animation runs in small snippets of less than 40 seconds. So you don't have to worry about synchronizing the audio with the animations. Well, that's all. Hope you can find time to use it, comment on it, and send me the feedback. Thanks for your time, and thanks again for watching.